Good morning. We have cloudy skies out there this morning and some patchy fog lingering. The overnight rain has exited, but we're left with some damp conditions. It's 32 degrees in Springfield right now. Visibility is down to 3 miles. And again, it's been shifting a lot. That fog has been patchy to locally dense at times. We've got some cloudy skies out there this morning left behind, but things are dry. Temperatures are about 5 to 10 degrees warmer now than they were yesterday. It's 31 in Harrison, 32 in Branson, and 32 degrees in Springfield. By dismissal, we'll have a mix of sun and clouds. Temperature seasonal at 52 degrees, and then some spotty showers will be possible to the east and northeast as we get one last hiccup to roll through. You can see the rain is pretty spotty, and it will happen late this afternoon and evening, clearing by 8 or 9 o'clock tonight. And then we drop that low to 30 degrees tonight. Tomorrow will be really nice. Mostly sunny skies, warm and breezy. Southerly winds will be steady, and we'll find high temperatures in the lower 60s. So really nice day on Saturday. Still not bad on Sunday. We'll find increasing clouds. Things still warm at 61 degrees. Rain showers should hold off most, if not all day, only creeping in later on in the evening. What we're finding, though, with that heavy rain threat that we talked about yesterday is it's shifting. So we're still pretty dry most of the weekend. Showers and thunder likely on Monday, maybe a strong storm. We'll keep that rain chance on Tuesday, but it looks like that storm is shifting a little bit to the east and southeast, so that will leave us with some lighter rain totals and maybe even drier by Wednesday. So with some changes still in that rain forecast, you'll want to stay up to date on that. Joe, Lauren.
New this morning, a Kirksville man has been convicted of fatally shooting his wife hours after the funeral of their son. Earlier this week, an Adair County jury found Danny Welt guilty of second-degree murder and armed criminal action in the 2016 death of Echo Welt. The couple was in the middle of a divorce and had not spoken for several days until their son's funeral. A man who tried to help the victim said her husband ran up and shot her once in the back of the head.
An Aurora man is going to prison for receiving and distributing child pornography. A judge sentenced 38-year-old Michael Kupfer to 12 years and 7 months in prison with no parole. He'll be required to register as a sex offender after release. Law enforcement identified him after Google discovered files containing images of child porn stored in his Google Photos account.
One local attraction is making the best of a situation it says the coronavirus has put them in. The long-running Branson show, The Amazing Acrobats of Shanghai, is saying the show must go on after its original troupe was restricted from traveling back to the U.S. after visiting China. The show owner believes safety is most important, but also wants to honor the show dates already planned. They gathered a variety of different performers and artists from all over the U.S. and have put together a show which will still have an acrobatic foundation, but will also have more variety, including a world champion magician.
Our show before is very traditional Chinese cultural acrobatic show. This one, because of all the artists, they're from everywhere and they've been here in America many years. So they're a little bit mix of the two different cultures, but still it's based on the Chinese acrobatic feature. We are very confident about this new opportunity. It will amaze our audience just like every time, every year.
Tonight is the opening night for The Amazing Acrobats of Shanghai, and even though it's not a normal show, they're very proud of what they've put together.
A woman has died just outside of Buffalo, Missouri. She's been identified as 50-year-old Jody Ray. She was walking across Highway 65 when she was hit by an oncoming car. She was later pronounced dead at Cox Hospital. Missouri State students could soon have the option to have a pet in their residence hall.
The university already allows service and emotional support animals on campus. Color 10's Nija McDonald joins us this morning to share the new and proposed changes that would take it one step further. Nija.
Well, good morning, Lauren and Joe. If approved, returning MSU students could be moving back into their dorms with a small family pet, like a cat or dog, as early as this fall. Now, Angie Strider of MSU's Resident Services says a significant number of students have showed an interest in the change. Strider says the pets would be an addition, of course, to the service and support animals that they already allow.
Once approved, students would be assigned to a specific floor in one of our residence halls. So then that way everybody on that floor would all want to have pets around them. I think having a family pet with them might definitely ease that transition, although I do think it's also a lot of work to have a pet with you in the residence halls.
Again, there would be a few regulations, including small-sized cats and dogs only. However, Strider says they are considering birds. Now, there will be some sort of a pet deposit, and the option will only be available for returning students.
All right, Nigel McDonald, thank you. In your political coverage, Democratic presidential candidate Mike Bloomberg made a campaign stop in Bentonville, Arkansas this week. It's one of 14 states to cast ballots in next week's Super Tuesday. Bloomberg says he supports a woman's right to get an abortion and said in Arkansas he would appoint judges who defend that choice. He also talked gun control and wants to extend background checks to internet sales and gun shows.
You don't want to sell guns to minors. You don't want to sell guns to people with psychiatric problems. You don't want to sell guns to people that have criminal records. Doesn't take away anybody's guns, although I do think you shouldn't sell AK-47s, which are designed to kill as many people as fast as possible.
Bloomberg says he believes his gun policies are supported by the NRA and would also help cut down on suicides. The former mayor also talked about expanding health care to everyone and fixing, quote, a broken immigration system.
Going around the region for you now, the Madison County Jail is struggling to find solutions to handle detainees and protect the public without running out of funds or raising taxes. Madison County does not have a fully functioning jail, only a 24-hour holding facility. If detainees need to stay longer, they're transported and housed in other counties. The county jail closed at the end of 2014 because it was not up to code. Sheriff Rick Evans says the building was outdated, the cells were small, and the public safety was a concern. The county budgeted $576,000 this year to house inmates in Carroll and Washington counties. If the county continues at this rate, it could end up being over budget by hundreds of thousands.
We've looked at different areas, looking for grants, money to try to come up with a solution. Right now, the only solution is another tax, and a tax is not necessarily, I guess, a good thing.
Madison County residents have voted down a tax to build a new jail at least 3 times in the past.
Let's take a look now at what's coming up after Daybreak.
I'm Anthony Mason. Coming up, Oscar winner Viola Davis and a virtual reality recreation of the Civil Rights March on Washington. That's ahead on CBS This Morning.
Leap Day weekend.
Yes, it is. Leapsters, Leaplings, happy birthday to everyone we gave a shout out to. And you have the science behind it.
Okay, bear with me, all right? It's a Friday. I need some more coffee, but we're going to try this out. Okay, let's look at this weather graphic that I have. Oh, can we look at yeah, here we go. Look at this weather graphic that kind of explains the why, right? So we get a year around, the Earth goes around the sun, right? In a year, it's 365 days. However, it's not exactly 365 days. There's some left over. So we use the leap year to kind of account for the it not being exact, right? Because we're left with about 5 hours, 6 hours missed each year, which puts us 24 days off in 100 years. So we add, are you guys following?
Yeah, trying to.
So we add that day, that extra day every 4 years to solve the problem, okay?
Okay.
However, that still doesn't solve the problem. It still leaves us with some excess of 11 minutes too much each year, which puts us 18 hours off in 100 years. So this was the part that I didn't know. Did you know that we skip the leap year on years that are not divisible by 400? Whoever figured this out is a genius, okay? There's leap year hopscotch, and we skip it on some years because it still leaves us. And after all of that, guys, we're still a couple of seconds off. And it's not perfect.
Hey, we'll take the change there. I feel a lot smarter.
Catch your breath, Elisa. All right. See you, everyone.